It is time to finally put Handball Gate to an end. What happened when Celtic defeated Rangers 2-1 at Celtic Park? Were Rangers robbed? Or did VAR mess up but we got the correct decision eventually? Or were the officials 100% correct and maybe we owe them an apology? Maybe Scotland has the best referees in the world. That is the three options. We're here to decide. We're here to determine. Finally, let's put this to rest once and for all. What went down at Celtic Park? There is three options. Rangers got robbed. VAR messed up but correct outcome. Or the last option, officials got it 100% right. That was the three options. You guys have voted 993 votes, and the majority of yous, almost half of yous, believe that Rangers were robbed. Yous believe that Rangers should have got a penalty, and what went down wasn't right. 30% of you guys believe that VAR messed up, that the whole thing was a mess. However, in the end, that the right outcome was achieved, that the penalty shouldn't have been given because of Sima being offside. And 24% of you guys, a small minority, well, not a small minority, but a minority nonetheless, believe that the officials got it 100% right. And I'm going to call 100% bullshit on that, because I do not think it is the last option. I think that Rangers were robbed, but I can also see how someone can definitely argue that the right outcome was what happened. Just because the officials got it wrong, that doesn't mean we didn't get the correct outcome. The officials didn't think it was a handball, but it was a handball. However, Sima was offside. So I can definitely see why people would vote for VAR messed up, but the correct outcome happened. And I can also see why people think Rangers got robbed. I think it's a mixture of both. There's no way the officials got it 100% right, or else they would have just awarded an offside decision from the get-go. And that is not what happened. So I can see why Rangers fans think they were robbed. However, when you look at it, I think in the end, the correct decision was offside. However, that's not what the referees gave. So they messed up. But in the end, should it have been a penalty? I'm not too sure. What does the Rangers fan think of this?
So we mixture of the top two. I think the bottom one's a bit of bait, because I don't think, no matter what way you look at it, how can it be 100% right?
No, they messed up. It was a fuck up. They got it wrong. There wouldn't be all this controversy if it was 100% right. So 24% of people, in my opinion, don't know what they're talking about.
You knew what you were doing, putting this poll up.
I was trying to hook, and I definitely caught 24% of people here.
Right.
I mean, you can think that, I've no issue with people thinking that it shouldn't have been a penalty because Sima was offside anyway. But the referee, the officials did not give offside. Okay, they said it wasn't a handball. They didn't think it was a legal handball. They didn't think it was a purpose handball from Alistair Johnson, and that is why they ended up giving the goal kick. So, I have no issue. If you think Rangers got robbed, or if you think that VAR made a total fuck up of it, but the right outcome happened, then I have no issue with that. But I don't think the officials got it 100% right, because I know for a fact they didn't. And I think the officials do need to answer for their mistake, because we've seen in the Liverpool game against Spurs, they came out and they just accepted that they got it wrong. And I think we need some clarity. I just think it would be good if they come out and they admit that they made a mistake and that they weren't clear and there was no transparency over the foul and decision. I think we would all accept that, because people make mistakes. But I think the whole thing where they're claiming they gave offside when they didn't give offside, and now they're not releasing audio, it's becoming a bit tricky, and it's looking a bit dodgy, to be honest. So I think this could have been easily handled, but it's Scottish football. Nothing's easy.
Nothing is easy in Scottish football, but I'm sick of talking about it. But here, tomorrow the audio apparently gets released.
Well, I said this was the last we're going to talk about it, but if the audio gets released tomorrow, I might have to go back on my word.
I don't see what gets released tomorrow and it can be fixed, because we know for a fact...
What if Willie Collins says, "Oh, dirty Hun bastards, don't give them the penalty"?
That would be quite incredible, wouldn't it?
What if it happens, though? Is there a chance?
There could be a chance, if he's on his wee Xbox Live fucking party chat, but we know for a fact they didn't... He thought it was not clear and obvious. We know for a fact, right...
The officials didn't get it 100% right.
No, right, okay, but we know for a fact that they didn't know it was offside at the time. Willie Collum just deemed it not clear and obvious. So, What is the audio going to hold? Is it going to be simply him thinking that? Or is everybody in that booth, or whatever, that fan outside Celtic Park, that's probably got different motives, but anyway...
I think if Willie Collum's on audio saying that that's not clear and obvious, it just makes him look incompetent. Because I don't think it could be any more clear. Alistair Johnston just comes over and punches the ball. But here, we'll see what they say tomorrow.
But it's going to have to be a case of, it does strike the hand, but it's not in an unnatural position. And if he comes out with that, that is fucking ridiculous.
It'd be interesting to see if there's any discussion or talk about offside. I think if there was, then they would have just released it already. So if there was talk about offside, they would have gave it offside.
But see,
so I don't think...
If you're if you're a Celtic fan with half a brain, you've got to realise here that there is an issue at hand.
It's a shady decision.
No, it is.
But we realise that. Let's see what the people in the comments think.
Let's go.
Unless you wanted to add something there.
No, I'm just saying, that's it.
Alright, well, Jono's just saying the tears are still in full flow.
I'm greeting.
And it looks like he's loving it. Gary White, now the Rangers fans know how Aberdeen fans feel. Right, you know what? I actually called this out. I say that I think Aberdeen should have had a penalty. I'm fair. I know I'm fair. But people don't want to listen to you when you're... They only want to hear you when you're, condemning their favourite team or whatever. I think Aberdeen were robbed in that Scottish Cup final. Scottish League Cup final. I think that they should have had a penalty. They didn't get it. It is what it is. Should Aberdeen ask for the audio? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? See if Aberdeen wanted the audio to know why they didn't look into the Butland on Duke challenge, I'd say, well, that's fair play. I think Aberdeen are entitled to do that.
See this gimmick of, it just means everyone will ask. How hard is it for them to release audio, man? How hard is it?
See if a decision is so bad that you're questioning it, then I think you should be allowed to ask.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you question 50-50s, but when there's something that you clearly think should have been given, why not ask? Is that not what technically VAR's there for?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Anyway, Francis Shealy... Almost nearly there. No mention of the penalty Celtic should have got. What penalty? The dive by Turnbull? The one that Chris Sutton even said there was not enough contact there?
No, it's the fact that they think it's the same thing, man.
No, but I've seen a lot of comments like this saying that Celtic should have had a penalty. And the only penalty I can think of is the Turnbull one late on. I think when it's already 2-1 and he goes down in the box.
That's what they're talking about.
And everyone said, at the time, I think people thought it was a penalty, but when they seen the replay, they were like, oh no, there was no contact there.
If that's a penalty, there would be about 20 a match.
So I'm not buying that. Joe, a guy on the Rangers rabble saying they had to delay it likely because they know Gollum is likely getting out, and if they had given the audio straight after the game, then he wouldn't get to referee the St Johnstone game. Getting out, as in what? Getting out for refereeing?
St Johnstone game's got postponed. Is that why?
With no referee, Willie Collum, you're out of here, buddy. CTID said, penalty or no penalty, we would have done the Huns anyway. We turned up when we really needed to, but we should have been... Fucking voice right now. But we should have done... we should have been doing that from the start of the season. McGregor was outstanding, but again, he should have been doing that from the start. Let's not get carried away yet. But fuck the Huns, regardless. Back in your boxes, you deluded fucking clowns. Are you going to reply to anything to say about that?
His logic is that Celtic would have won anyway, so who cares? We get all the decisions wrong. Okay.
That would have made it 1-1.
Yeah, but his logic is...
How can he know that Celtic... Rangers at that time had the momentum. Rangers at that time...
No, but he's using Chris Sutton's logic of, don't blame the officials, blame your player. Yo, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Campbell and Dessers and co were fucking brilliant, but just because your players were playing bad doesn't mean every decision shouldn't go your way.
Yeah, just because your players are shite doesn't mean that you deserve to have decisions badly go against you. I don't understand that, and I'm not convinced. I think Rangers definitely ended the first half the better side, and who knows how a goal would have changed things.
Yeah,
it's you can't just assume that Kyogo scores that goal in the second half if it's 1-1. Goals change games. May said hard to say Rangers were robbed. They lost 2 completely fair goals. Tavernier had a few good set piece opportunities, but unfortunately for Rangers, couldn't make much of them. The SFA needlessly making the whole thing worse by refusing Rangers the VAR audio, which I think every team should have the right to hear when requested. After all, if there's nothing to hide, then it shouldn't be an issue. I mean, they lost 2 completely fair goals, but they also had an opportunity to get a penalty ruled out, and if you're just going by goals, then if Rangers score that penalty, it makes it 2-2. And we all know goals change games, so you can't just use that. You can't just go by that criteria, but it looks like that's the criteria you're using.
And if Kyogo scores, then Tav just makes it 2 each at the end, doesn't he?
So yeah, if you're going by that criteria, then Rangers had a good opportunity to score a fair goal, and they didn't get that. So I think it is fair to say they were robbed if the penalty decision went against them, and it looks like it did. Quadruple treble, a bunch of laughing emojis there. Maybe that's a Shrek, I don't know.
It's a zombie, mate.
Is it?
I know my zombie emojis, come on.
My club's no deed, so I don't. Sean Fiend says, Sevco, grow up. Govan Galacticos before the game, the Govan Gutless, or the Govan Gutless, sorry, after it had been Pep's twins brother leading him now, it's the Belgian Beal, delusional, dough ball sacked by Summer. It's a bit harsh to say that Clement's delusional. Could he lost to Celtic 2-1? Does that make you a bad manager overnight?
No, let's see who's laughing at me, you freak show bastard.
The Govan Galacticos, I like that. Quadruple treble said Kyogo. Wardism, also funny how delusional Celtic fans are. They keep going on about penalties but ignore the fact they've had more. I mean, that is true. Celtic have had more penalties than Rangers this season.
Yep.
Thoughts on that?
I'm not going to agree about it. I'm not obsessed.
Wardism, I'm a Rangers fan personally. I feel like it's the correct decision. But VAR did have a major impact on the game. We need to get rid of quite a few players. Any idea who those players could be?
I could name about 20.
That's not good.
Cyril Dessers.
Fucking, he'll be a Rangers supporter that actually speaks sense. It's not like the first controversial call made by VAR. Well said, pal. Like I keep saying about the Turnbull incident, when he was deemed offside when he wasn't and was clearly pushed. So if Rangers are going to keep pushing this narrative, I say we should ask about that session if we're going to get it sorted, and we all need to, as a league, start complaining together. Or it just looks like sour grapes from the losing side. It's just stupid. The Turnbull penalty wasn't a penalty. It just wasn't. It was not a penalty.
Doesn't matter if it was on or off.
Nobody thought it was a penalty. Yes, it may have been given offside when it wasn't, but it wasn't a penalty, so it doesn't fucking matter. Alexander Christie, they are definitely not complaining about VAR now. Are they different when they're getting pumped in Europe, crying like baby? It's not fair. Alright. Dylan, where's our penalty? Baldemore's LOL at Scottish football. The Beeb said, world beaters last week, excuses this week. I sniff an old trend reappearing here. McMac, these pedo sympathising scumbags have made Scotland a worse country to live in for propaganda than North Korea. What do you make of that comment there from McMac?
He's come in there with a Big Mac, hasn't he? Like, I mean,
like dropped the nuke or something like that.
Aye, big Kim Jong-un would have been proud of that one. Celtic pressed the red button before every old firm get the referees riled up.
Worse than North Korea? Like, I don't know if I got that far.
The propaganda is pretty extreme, but you know, maybe they're second to North Korea.
McMac, no point debating these scumbags. They still pretend their club in the Catholic Church isn't a big club for beast sympathisers. McMac, robbed us like they rob innocent little children of their innocence.
That's a McMac's coming in with fucking pelters, I can't deny it.
McMac's dropping the Big Macs, the big bombs. Leanne Campbell, snow is falling all around us. Celtic playing, 8 points clear. It's the season for laughing at rivals. Merry Christmas. Fuck your Huns. Thoughts on that?
Fair enough.
Paul McLean, who the fuck is Foden got robbed? If VAR checked it for a penalty, they would have looked at the build-up to it as well and seen that Seema loser was offside, end of. What do you mean if VAR checked it for it? They did check it for a penalty? What do you think this whole controversy is about?
He was probably too busy. I don't even know. He was doing Big Paul.
Let's not go there.
Well, no, I'm not going to suggest. He was probably too busy fucking talking to Rangers people on Twitter.
He was born in the same year that Pacific Shelf got rebranded.
So he's not been alive when Celtic was
the real Celtic.
The real Celtic.
He only knows
the Celtic that was known for touching kids. That's Celtic.
He only knows the deed one.
He knows the good Celtic then.
But what's he on about? If VAR the dominant Celtic will win everything. If VAR checked for the whole thing, the whole conversation, no topics about the fact that VAR looked at it. They did check for a penalty and they deemed it wasn't a handball. Where the heck have you been, Paul? Come on. What are you doing? You need to up your game.
Shut the fuck up. You could beat deal it.
Ross Paulson there. Great argument. I love it.
You know what, right? See how much money I would pay for for Rangers to get like the shitiest penalty and get an offside goal. It's like 10 yards off.
There'd be a meltdown.
And I'll just say it'll just be that emoji. Deal with it.
The barriers would be going through in Brendan Rodgers' front window.
Yeah.
James says the Huns got pumped again after the champions. How many games has Tavernier lost to Celtic now? Must be a record.
It's like 22 or something.
That's a lot, though, isn't it?
Reading all these comments.
Ryan Longridge, you're the Hun, you stupid fuck. Learn your history. Celtic PLC 2001.
I bet you learn your grammar, Ryan. Get the big RE in there.
What's a Hun got today with Celtic being a different club? Rangers not always been the Huns.
Yeah.
What's that got today with being a new club?
Well, for some reason I thought he was bashing Rangers. I heard new club and I just thought automatically went to 2012, not 2001.
How many beasts going to court soon? We don't know. Voldemort's. Ooh. Colin Williams. Hell of a lot of nonsense going to court soon from that rancid and disrespectful club. Failure Tarrier Bastardos. Give me an update on that. What's happening?
I love talking about this at 4:15 in the morning. About what club?
I'm assuming Celtic, like.
I don't know, an update. I think that's what the war chest is being kept for.
Blair Meikle says, you actually think that's getting pumped? Give it a rest. If the refs gave the correct decisions, then it would have been a different outcome. Yous were breaking it at the end. Game's done now, and yous win, but it was not a pumping. Yeah, I mean, it was a 2-1 win over a 10-man Rangers side that were playing shite and had Dessel, so technically 9-man. I wouldn't go as far as saying Celtic pumped Rangers. They won. But for me, a pumping has to be by multiple goals, and this one wasn't.
No, if we're going to go down the line, though, of Celtic could have scored more, Rangers should have scored more.
Definitely. But they were handicapped with big Dessels up front. Plenty of Hun supporting ones I've heard. Game is done, but it's your deluded mob still going on. Like Big Sutton is saying, yet get the audio out for all the games that the Huns played and cheat it in with non-penalties against them in 2 years, and the cheating ones they got for them. Fuck's sake, they would be sitting fourth in the table if all that dialogue came to fruition. Really? Rangers would be fourth in the table?
With penalties?
I'm too sure that's true.
Yo, but see any team that thinks has got a decision against him? Why not demand the audio? I'm not against that. These people seem to think that we're all against that. Oh, only Rangers can demand the audio. No. See Celtic, if they wanted to demand the audio, they thought they got shafted against Lazio, right? And any other game domestically. Call for it. See those red cards they felt they got shafted in Europe? If they truly want the audio, go ahead.
Call the FBI.
Call the FBI.
McMack, good if true. Children shouldn't be raped. See how easy that is. Catholic person. User, it's 21 games, pal. That record should never get mentioned for that lot. They're greeting about not getting a pen. What about the Turnbull? Again, we keep going to the Turnbull incident, and it just wasn't a penalty. Wasn't a penalty, mate. So just accept it. It was not a penalty. Gordon Neely. I know the name, but I'm not too familiar with who it is. Probably a nonce or something.
Yeah.
Wait, he was a Rangers coach?
I'm pretty well. He was connected to it. I can't necessarily.
Wait, is that the guy? Is that the guy that keeps getting done every couple of years?
What do you mean done?
He keeps getting arrested.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
All right, maybe not him then. Mac, that you chipping into your duty in order to protect pedos from conviction. Well done, Declan. Your pedo wizard pope. I'll be proud of you. Here, come on now, settle what you're going on. Delusional. Even Chris Boyd said the right one was made. Blah blah blah. Obsessed rats sniffing around this channel. Get them all blocked. Who?
We'll let everyone in here.
Yeah, we don't discriminate.
We're not shite bags.
This is an open forum.
Aye.
We are the voice of the voiceless.
Welcome to the chat, Mr. Pedo. Wow, thanks for being honest, introducing yourself.
The pedo lover has entered the chat. Welcome to the chat, Mr. Pedo. Can we move on for the pedo shit? Ali Bruce, if that's what you call getting pumped, Mrs. Dread's going to bed with you. Are you pals with the pedo for the eyebrow? Fuck me! Right, let's move on. Court, mate, you defend paedophilia. Jesus Christ. What's all this? I wouldn't be surprised if you tampered with wee boys. And that seemed to end it. There you go. An accusation like that would kind of end it. Gaming with Jacko. This is how that mob are the biggest corrupt cheating pedo. Fuck me, another pedo comment. Right. See, even can we get a filter that just deletes all the comments?
I know, but we just said we don't block anything.
So. No, I know, but I'm sick of it. I don't mind one or two, but fuck me, it's every comment now. It's getting on my nerves.
James, I'm sure Celtic started at 1 or 2, then it quickly went up for that. So anyway, let's move on.
James Nichol, always cheated, never defeated. 2 guys offside a mile, nothing to do with the handball. Look at it, you fuckwits. I mean, it is everything to do with the handball because Willie Collum did not deem it a handball, therefore it was nothing to do with offside. Willie Collum, it's not like he didn't give it because he said Seaman was offside. He didn't give it because he didn't think it was a handball by Alistair Johnston. I don't understand why that is so difficult to grasp. Like, why can't you guys understand that?
Yeah.
If Willie Collum came out and says, nah, you can't give that goal, Seaman was offside, no one would have an argument. That would have been done and dusted, settled, right, no bother. He was offside.
Aye.
But that's not why it was disallowed, so... Callum Brown, if it happened all the way around, they'd be crying a lot more than us, continuing this idiotic superstition that there's an agenda in favour of us. If offside or not, that excuse was given 35 minutes later. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was just an excuse, I think, to try and make up for the error of their ways. It was offside, but that's not what they gave it for. I'm not reading that comment. It's probably more pedo shit, to be fair. Timmy 882 going for the world record tomorrow, going with 75 games so I can see a penalty in the league.
It's not the world record, and anyway, it didn't get broke, so...
I don't know. Could it have been the Scottish record?
Oh, it already is.
Oh, God.
And it was a soft one. Like Chris Boyd said...
There's a video 4 minutes long of all the Stonewallers they've got away with, but they're to believe the SFA are against them. Timmy, brother, get that video shared. Can we see this video, Timmy? Go on the football gospel page.
I don't want to check Timmy's hard drive, alright? Let's just leave it there.
The incident made me lose the plot. One win, Rangers given a penalty. Graham Hardy, for fuck's sake, get over it. No penalty because two of the Rangers players were offside the build-up. The better team won. Fact. I mean, you can argue the better team won, that's a fact, but the reason the penalty wasn't given had nothing to do with who was offside, so that is a fact, because Willie Collum has came out and said that, so... Mr. Freeland, Jesus, this is getting beyond ridiculous now. Like Sutton said, the right decision was made. The players were offside, but Sev Conian's moaning because the game restarted a couple of feet away from the incident. It's not the game restarted a couple of feet away from the incident. They disallowed the goal for a different reason. That's... what about the so-called corner for the first goal? Washed it back, nowhere near Butland to save it. What?
He's talking about how the corner was out of play. Even, I don't know if it was.
It was hard to tell for that angle.
That's clutching at straws for me.
Yeah, Leanne Campbell, your Noncer royal family were already up their parasitic necks and systematic child abuse by that stage, a theme which continues today with your new king and his brother, the former Jimmy Saab's former best mate for 28 years, sweet, Freemasonic, Noncer, super trooper, all the Huns died, and your Noncer queen too. Oh, what a lovely person she is. It's just point scoring into here. Ripping any bells, kneeling.
No, but see that comment though. It's almost like it's all right if our club got a history of historic.
Because your royal family did it too.
Oh, because the people you like did it. I mean, that's just deluded. No, it is like see Prince Andrew. Like yeah, a lot of Rangers fans like the royal family. I for one don't. Right, but they're free to do that. But they're not going to turn around and say, "Oh well, it's all right if Prince Andrew went to Epstein's Island because Celtic Football Club, you know." They're rich, did it? And also Neely did it, so mon Prince Andrew. See if anyone truly thinks like that, either side, it's delusion, man. It's sick.
I don't
No, it's fucking deranged. I'm not going to defend it either side. Oh, it's alright, because he did it. No, it's not alright.
Rangers supporters aren't Catholic. Didn't Rangers have a Catholic? Mo Johnson?
Aye, what year are we living in?
Yeah, but Mr. Mac, though, seems to think that you can't be Catholic and support Rangers. I'm not too sure.
Let's see this whole Catholic Protestant gimmick. How many of us go to church or chapel for the Celtic side? None of you do.
I know a guy whose dad is one of them top men in UDA, and he supports Celtic.
There you go.
Walks around full strip wanker. Walks around East Belfast.
Oh, his cleats?
Nah, just the socks, the shirt, and the shorts.
Cold Street East Belfast.
And he's Protestant. He walks around with the Celtic strip on. So
there you go. Horse's mouth there.
Don't know how he's not been killed yet. But I mean, he does it. So
top man.
David Courtney, what do they no get? They actually have got a brain. If he's offside, then no penalty. Honest, brain dead, god shites. Mate, looking at your comment, I think you might be a wee bit brain dead yourself there. Andy O'Neill, 1503, said Celtic should have had a penalty when turned. For fuck's sake, that wasn't a penalty, Andy. Come on. Catch yourself on, buddy. Or the goal. Alright, I'll accept that one. The goals in handball. I think that was a penalty. Thoughts on that?
See, by the letter of the law, apparently it's not, right? But see if Celtic wanted, see if Celtic wanted the audio, then I would not have went. No, they're not allowed it.
I would say I want to hear that audio because I think I would be intrigued to see why they didn't think that was a penalty.
No, but see for me, right? See that goals in handball. If that happened against Rangers, absolutely I'd want it. But see if that is in the law that it's not a penalty, then I've got to back that. See if this audio comes out tomorrow and they turn around and say what happened with Alistair Johnston is in the laws of the game. I will turn around and say tomorrow, then you know what? Fair enough. I don't
think it is in the laws of the game.
Even though they changed the actual rule 35 minutes in. No, but that's what. See, last year the goals in handball, they explained that that was it's in the laws of the game and it's not a penalty. But it's the inconsistencies. I understand why Celtic fans have got a problem with that goals in handball because I'm not deluded. I can see both sides' point of view.
Anyway, Goldson's probably a better goalkeeper than his defender.
They seem to think because Goldson handballed it last year in the Old Firm, that means Alistair Johnston could whip out an AK-47, shoot down the 10 outfield Rangers players. But it's alright because Rangers didn't get the penalty last year. Or Celtic didn't get it.
Paul Dockett says, hilarious. Remember Goldson playing volleyball in a box a few times, getting away with it. You weren't moaning then. No, but I'm sure Celtic fans were moaning like fuck, so...
Oh, sure, just deal with it. Just deal with it, guys.
Ian McKenzie played off the park for 90 minutes but robbed. I honestly think there's some delusional people that believe this Celtic performance was amazing. In reality, it wasn't.
No.
I do not see where they seen this like amazing performance where they played Rangers off the park. I didn't see that. I thought both teams were pretty poor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. Bowl of Cinder, how were they robbed when it was offside? Technically it was offside, but the referees did not give it offside, so therefore they gave it because of the handball. They thought...
Hopefully tomorrow, though, they release all the angles and the lines and everything as well. As long I want everything released tomorrow.
Yeah, if VAR done its job, it would have been a free kick to Celtic, which is fair enough. I mean, I think you can accept that, but it wasn't a free kick to Celtic. It was a goal kick because they didn't give it offside. They said that it wasn't a handball. Exactly, it didn't do its job. So there you go. Bowl of Cinder there is basically just said that if VAR done its job, it would have been a free kick to Celtic. So he can't be one of these people that thought that officials got it 100% correct because he's just admitting that they got it wrong. Yeah. He's admitting that VAR didn't do its job correctly.
Because it didn't.
So he's kind of dug himself into a wee hole there. Mate, who are you going to blame next? The ref, VAR, haha, what a joke. I'm just countering your opinion, your argument, bud. It wasn't offside, you were given a goal kick. VAR got it wrong, it wasn't deliberate at the time, not hard to understand. They are deluded in a mentally ill state of denial. Nothing will change what happened, but they can't accept that. They seek a favourable parallel universe where they never lose. I don't know, do they? I think Rangers always lose, to be honest. Where else have we go? Derek Ross said the system is a joke and some of the refs should go back to training ground because they don't have a clue. What you gonna do? Says Rangers were shit, accept it, move on. Actually embarrassing themselves at this point. They just want the audio, as Chris Boyd would say. Give us the audio.
Give us the audio.
You can't go into hiding now, SFA. Gotta put Rob just to run it in a little bit more.
No, but hold on, right? See that logic though? See all these times Rangers have had stone wallers against them and they haven't been given? I'm willing to bet most of the teams that have played at Ibrox have been shite. Does that mean they don't deserve their penalties? Is that the logic we're going by? If you play shite, you don't deserve your penalty. Most teams that play Rangers and Celtic will play shite, yes or no? That's just...
Aye, they'll be second best.
Aye, so what, do they not deserve any of the decisions then?
Apparently not.
Did Kelly not deserve their penalty today?
Apparently not. I don't know. Apparently they didn't, actually. Celtic kid offside, you dafties. Holy fuck. It wasn't offside, it was a goal kick, actually. So, there you go. It's been over 2 years since a penalty was awarded against those Mooney bastards. Well, that's not the case anymore.
It's actually been about 12 hours.
How did Rangers get robbed? Hun was offside. The decision should have been offside there for the penalty shout. Isn't even irrelevant. Cry more, Hun scum. Crying. Mark McCormack, Rangers have been getting doubtful penalties all season. What goes around comes around. Fair enough. They haven't though. They've not even had the most penalties awarded. Believe it or not, Celtic have. The ref and VAR performance on Saturday was unbelievably bad. Yeah, Rangers have been hard done by. They don't have the most penalties, but they've got the second most penalties and a very close second to Celtic at that. So, and like it's one penalty given against them this season, and I think they've had 9-4. It's not a bad return. Totally agree. This was one of the only genuine ones, and they didn't get it. Past few seasons, more like we didn't hear any complaints when they were all given those dodgy pens. Hearts even let them win 3 games in a row with suspect player actions against Rangers. Why was this not investigated? Hearts are just shite.
But see, like, Rangers can't... But no, I don't get it. This isn't about Hearts or whatever, but Rangers can't want audio for a VAR decision. I think it's controversial. Chris Sutton's the same guy like 20 years ago accused teams and players of lying down to Rangers. I mean, so what's that all about? Chris Sutton's a fucking fud.
Fud Sutton. Come on, because they are not one of the Celtic sisters. Penalties and keepers to them just passing is bad and no jail time.
I agree with Aidan there.
Victim FC versus Victim FC. It's actually getting embarrassing now. Kyler Randall says, "Shut it, you victim." Very true. First time Rangers have moaned about anything. Steve the King.
Come on, Stevie. That's not a King's comment.
First time Rangers have moaned about anything. Well, they're not moaning a couple of weeks ago about the...
We moaned about the disallowed goal in the first Old Firm.
Yeah. And the...
We've moaned about the fact that Johnston and Bernardo probably should have been sent off, so...
Steve Lee, I am English, so have very little interest in the SPL, but they showed that game on one of the TVs in the bar. You cannot say that Rangers were robbed, as you would never know what would happen, but Rangers were undoubtedly robbed of the opportunity.
So anyone robbed of something.
Anyone who says otherwise has either had too much Xmas drink or enjoys spending his Saturday afternoon singing anti-English songs.
Hold on, Steve, right? So if someone robs your house, does it have to be a certain object they steal before we clarify as a fucking robbery? You tool. I mean, what's that about? He's like, oh, they didn't get robbed, but they were undoubtedly robbed of the opportunity. Well, then we were robbed of an opportunity then. I'm not saying Tavernier guarantees to stick that penalty top bins, but we were robbed of, the potential chance to level the game.
I'm assuming what he means is they weren't robbed of the game, but they were robbed of a chance of getting back into the game, which is still kind of a robbery.
I don't get... Stevie, what are you doing?
John Sanford said
Stick
facts.
To watching your fucking Tourist League football, your half-and-half scarves.
I don't know, I see where he's coming from. I can kind of see what he's getting at. George Robertson, so give Rangers the pen despite the offside is what you're saying. Penalise Celtic. Easily amused. The penalty is given and the build-up is reviewed. When the build-up is reviewed, the penalty is rescinded. Free kick to Celtic. Stop crying, for fuck's sake. That's actually not what happened, though. The penalty wasn't awarded.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The penalty wasn't given. What's this guy talking about?
I know.
There was no penalty given. They went to VAR to check it, and then they decided there wasn't a handball. 40 minutes later, there's a fake offside showing. Just give Rangers the audio.
See, on the VAR board, it said, no handball.
Just give Rangers the audio. They can't because they were told not to give it before they showed a fake offside 40 minutes later. Wow.
See if Celtic fans think it was offside, then why have they got such an issue with the audio being released? Why not be like, haha, Rangers will get egg on their face? No, because they fucking know something shady's gone up.
Yeah, if it purely is offside and it was given offside, then the VAR audio will hear
make
that.
Rangers look stupid.
George Robertson, no crying, mate. Had a great weekend. Dumb bastards never wanted a review when Goldson punched the ball in the box against Celtic 3 times last year. Should never have got to pen award in first place. BBC Sports Sound called offside long before VAR.
Why? Right,
Sky.
no, but why would Rangers, right, as a club, want that Goldson thing reviewed last year? Why?
Yeah, it's not like it went... You only ask for decisions to be reviewed when it goes against you. That's just nature.
I am not calling for any Celtic fan to want a review of this VAR audio, but I can kind of want them to, want it in the game for, the rest of us.
If we can use an analogy here, right? This is kind of like... You check your bank balance, and there is a random £1,000 being added to your bank, and you check your bank balance another day and there's a random £1,000 being taken out your bank, and you're supposed to have the same sort of reaction. See if your bank had a random £1,000 put in it, you'd be like, oh, fucking happy days. See if it has a random £1,000 taken out it, you'd be like, what the hell is this? You're going to complain, you're going to phone the bank, you're going to ask questions,
yeah,
demand answers. So do you expect Rangers to demand answers for every decision that goes their way? That's not up to Rangers. That's up to the club that we're playing Rangers to do. That's just natural.
Yeah. And to be fair, Callum McGregor did come out and say, we want every decision from now until the end of time.
And I think since he said that, they've got it.
Yep.
Mike, if no offside, it's a pen. No argument with that. Mike, your manager thought Sterling was the best midfielder on the pitch. Delude it or what? Let Calmac boss it for 102 minutes, by the way. You know what? This Calmac loves getting out of fucking control.
I know.
What did he do? He bossed it so much that Celtic had to hold on at the end to win 2-1 against 10 men. That's how much Calmac bossed it. I mean, man advantage, and Celtic are hanging on for dear life at the end. But yeah, Calmac bossed it. Sure he did. Enough interest to comment, you zombie cunt. Get it right up, yous. James, what's James saying? Have we got a comment for James? English prick. Alright, fair enough. I believed you until you said anti-English songs. When I like to see England win, anti-British songs. Yes, England are amazing. Wee bit reality would be pro-German if they invaded your country. The English are amazing.
If you're anti-British, I would say you're pretty much automatically.
And the reason you're probably anti-British is because of England.
Yeah.
Well,
I could accept if you're anti-British, but you like Scotland and Wales. I don't see.
I could accept if you're anti-English, but you're not anti-British because you like the other countries that make up Britain, like that.
I don't add that because I mean, let's be real. If you don't like Britain, it's because of England.
Yeah, strange. Anyway, what we got next? George Robertson says, "Wee bit reality. You would be pro-German if they had invaded your country." Steve Lee says, "What the fuck does that mean?" George Robertson, you were talking about singing anti-English songs. There is reasons why people cannot stand the English, the country that has stole more wealth from countries all over the world. And we're really not here to do a history lesson, guys. So there you go, 36 minutes, 37 minutes of basically pure shite. Just people calling other people pedos and Huns and tags. And actually, to be fair, I didn't really see any tag comments, actually. So maybe
You've just plucked out of thin air.
maybe Celtic fans are more sectarian, to be honest. I've seen a shitload of Hun comments.
Yep.
Didn't see any tags, actually.
No.
I've seen lots of pedo comments, though. Anyway, that's it. Let us know, guys. If you want to comment in this video, by all means, go and do it. What's your final outcome? What do you think happened? And if there is an update, if the audio does get released, then obviously we will have to make a video on it. But if there's no audio released, then this is the last we're going to talk about it because it's been run into the ground now.
Well, I mean, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Tomorrow is the judgment day, so to speak.
It's a new day. Yes, it is. Till next time, guys. Peace.